Ya uma uda. What's goody to the goddess and the gods, and what's popping to the people down south? Connect. What's happening, partner? Hey man, it's always a pleasure to see you. We gonna cook heavy tonight. You know I was gonna get on the funny head white guy. You know I was gonna get on your boy, but you don't like him no way. So this you gonna enjoy this. It's exposure time, man. We gotta stop thinking what we be thinking. And I had way too many conversations with people who I thought knew better. But what we gonna do tonight is we gonna expose what politics really is, man. Let me send out all these little things, and we gonna get heavy cooking. We gonna get the heavy cooking. Let me see. Yeah, we gonna deal with your boy Donald Toupee tonight. We're gonna deal with the Toupee King tonight. I don't know what the hell. I'm really just tired of I'm tired of us falling for all this shit. I really don't give a damn who the culprit is. I'm tired of us falling for all this shit. Politics is a weird ass concept. And the fact that we bought into it to me is crazy. Because it's like we think the people that stole your shit is gonna give you a chance to get it back fairly. That's what politics mean. Politics mean we gonna give you a fair shot at getting back what we stole. If you believe in that thing, if you believe that there's a such thing, then that's what you believe. You believe that if you was to decide I'm gonna rob me somebody tonight, after you rob them and take everything they got, would you call them back and invite them to a property raffle? Like, I took all of your property and I numbered it, and now we finna do a raffle. You think you can win a fixed fight, man? The fight paid for. You catch me spending all season placing your bets on this team and that team and this team. Cause you don't realize it's a magnet in the rim. you don't understand that part. The ball in the rim got a magnet in it. So them bitches go down when we say they go down. Y'all seen Jamie Foxx take a basketball and throw it with one hand to the other end of the court and hit all net. And y'all literally thought he was that cold at basketball. Why the fuck he acting then? If you could take a basketball, barely look and sling that bitch all the way across the court all net, you a wasted talent acting, motherfucker. You will never be as good as you just threw that goddamn basketball. So when we see these things, that's why, look at the title tonight. Look at the title tonight. The world is a motherfucking stage. And I'm going to learn you tonight. I'm going to learn y'all tonight. All of this shit is bought and paid for. Nothing is real. This is what's crazy to me. This is what's crazy to me. Y'all all will be like, if you run into any random black person, white people mostly too, and you say, do you believe in the Matrix? 98% of the people gonna say yeah. Did you watch the fucking movie? Do y'all, I don't understand. Like, if you believe that's a real thing, do you understand what that movie implies? That movie implies that everything you encounter in your day-to-day living is not real. Not only is it not real, it's a simulation. So before y'all go to saying, yeah, we believe, understand what you're saying yes to. If you seen the movie Matrix and you believe it, what that movie says is that reality is a computer simulation. So if you believe that, that means you believe you're part of a simulation. And if so, all simulations have somebody that started the goddamn thing, and there's a acquired goal. There's a goal at the end of this thing. But it's a computer program. So now let's just deal with this. Let's take it down a notch. I think when we say it's not real, y'all get it confused in us saying it's not happening. No, it's happening. But what you see is not what you thought you seen. What I'm going to do tonight is I'm not even about to go super deep. I'm just about to fuck y'all up with a lot of common sense shit that y'all just don't think about. So let's start with the basic premise. Let's start with the basic premise. America is stolen land. Now, according to what most of y'all believe, y'all think they stole it from the Native Americans, which they did, but not them ones. But either way it go, we could debate on who they stole it from later. The point is, we all agree that they stole it. Okay, we're past that part. Now, when you look at the continent of Africa, you can look over in Nigeria and see a 40-foot white Jesus. You see white folks all in Chinese in China all through Africa. Arabs all through Africa. All of these people in power more so than the actual Africans. So what can we deduct? They stealing over there too. Okay, check. We passed that point. Now, let's get back to America. You think the people that stole, and now let's take it a step further, because now we done got savvy. We done got savvy. We the real Native Americans. This was our land. We was here first. Okay, let's go with that. Let's go with that. They stole it. According to y'all, you think they stole it from you. Okay, they stole it from you. And somewhere in your mind, you think the people who stole your land have set up a system where you could vote for it back. No, don't do that. Whatever dumbass excuse you got twirling in your head right now, trash that shit and just revisit the question. Just revisit. Hit rewind. Do you think the people who stole your shit are honestly gonna set up a system where you could vote your ass back to the top? Okay, I'm just gonna say what other people should be thinking. To believe that you are either a lunatic, slow as fuck, or scared. There's no other options. You're a lunatic, you're slow as fuck, or you're scared. I gotta put it out there today because y'all doing too much. How do you think the people who are... Have you seen how these fucking people live? Marble floors, glass ceilings, 5-story houses and all kind of... Have you seen how they live? You think, nigga, you can vote to get them out of them houses? All them beachfront properties and shit? I know y'all thinking we got them too. Yeah, you got them too, because you could play basketball and rap, Negro. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. You know exactly how you got that shit. Yes, insanity. So now let's deal with it. Because my down south connect just threw me an alley-oop. Insanity. Doing the same shit repeatedly and hoping to get different results is the definition of insanity. So let's go down the list of insanity. You Negroes been praying to Jesus. He supposed to been back a couple years ago, 5 years ago, and your shit getting worse. Your 400 years was up. It's been 5 years now. Ain't shit getting better, and ain't no white boy floating off the clouds. And if he do, your dumb ass better not go with him wherever he going. Now, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna keep it real. I got biracial children, and I love them, and you know, that ain't the point. When we traded prosperity for integration and thought that because we had civil rights, things would be better. Because we could eat in their restaurant and get our fucking food spit in and get beat up and drugged down the motherfucking aisle, we thought because we were allowed to do that, things would get better. We thought when we lined up for them little checks and them shots, we thought that white boy wasn't crazy enough to give us all fucking syphilis. Tuskegee, look it up. See, it's all kind of shit that we thought. And very little of it is true. So now, they got you Negroes in a blender. Buying the Trump, buying the Trump, buying the Trump. And then and y'all keep telling me, hey, bye, baby. Even my grandbaby know y'all tripping. That's buying the Trump. So now, which one do we go with? Well, clearly Trump is a racist. That's all you Negroes know how to say. They even got old big lip ass Plies trying to be a politician. And I like you, Plies, but shut the fuck up. You don't know shit about politics. And you don't even look like you know shit about politics. And it really made me think, I thought you was an intelligent Negro. You went from that to a fucking court gesture as far as I'm concerned. Shut the fuck up. You don't know what the fuck you talking about. Now, back to reality. Here's what the white people say. Here what really grinds my gears. When I ask you about Trump, first thing y'all say is he's a racist. Let me tell you how fucking stupid that sounds. No, let's just deal with it. Today I ain't cutting no corners. I'm gonna tell you how I love you. First of all, I'm gonna say that. No, let's get back to it. Let me tell you how fucking stupid you sound when you call Trump a racist. It implies that every other motherfucker before him wasn't. That's the problem I have with that statement. Yes, he's a fucking racist. But so was every other president before him, including Obama. If you think Obama wasn't a racist, go find out what the fuck he did for black people in 8 years. Less than any other president in history, motherfucker. So yeah, he's a racist. Okay, keep it moving. Now, I had this discussion with a good brother of mine last night, and I'm gonna have it with y'all. Something we need to understand, and I've said this several times, but I'm gonna say it again. A little white girl, but there's no but. What you talking about, King? Fill me in on what you talking about. A little white girl, 11 years old, was doing a history report. And she was trying to look into her good old President Obama and research his family. Sweet little white kid. And get what she found. She found the little 11-year-old white kid. This shit was on the evening news. she found out that every United States president, with the exception of two, are all related. She had a nice little graph and pinpointed certain to everybody on there and traced it back to one dude in England. Bloodline. So now let me ask you this. If every United States president, with the exception of two, is related, just saying Trump should always be called a racist, no exceptions. That's fine. That's fine. But why we just gonna talk about Trump being a racist like every single president who ever said there wasn't? So that's my only point. I don't care about him being a racist simply because I know that that's the throne of racism. So I don't make no bones about that. We shouldn't be shocked. Anybody who would dare sit in a White House seat does it being a fucking racist. You can't do it any other way. So now, let's deal with this cousin thing. It used to be when you was growing up, when we was growing up, it was USA. That was United States of America. Now it says US. What happened to the A? Is it silent now? They dropped it because now it is called the United States because it is now a corporation. The United States is a corporation. So now that we got that understood, let's rewind and go back to this little 11-year-old girl. If every president, with the exception of two, whoever sat in the White House are related, and the United States is a corporation, this is a fucking family business. What are we expecting? It's a family business. You think you're going to vote the family out of their home company? This is crazy. This is crazy. And so let's we're going to double back on that, but let's get to the current state of affairs because this shit tickled me. First of all, let's go to the January 6th insurrection. You Negroes actually watched that and thought it was real, and that shit is beyond my comprehension. The fact that you didn't look at that shit, look at WCW or whatever the fuck they call it, WWE, whatever that shit is, and compare the two like, same shit. The guy in the funny hat was in the Simpsons cartoon. What are we doing? So, I brought that up so we could deal with this assassination attempt. I don't, sometimes y'all have me bugging. Because I get to wonder, am I watching the same shit as y'all? Like, okay, so when they killed Kennedy, they blew JFK brains out in broad daylight on national TV. His shit exploded on national television. But you think they missed Donald Trump? Oh my God. Is technology not better? Are firearms not better? Are snipers not better? Is the budget not bigger? Like, how are we missing and hitting the two people behind them? Oh my God. What do y'all be watching? Okay, so let's break this down. Now I'm gonna go off this conversation I'm having with my brother last night. So he's bringing up the assassination attempt, And the first thing is, I asked him, if they was trying to hit him, why didn't they hit him? He said, God must have been with him. He said, God must have been with him to, and basically, I'm paraphrasing. So if you're watching, I ain't trying to misquote you. I'm paraphrasing. But he basically saying, Trump is against the government and God is blessing Trump because he going against the government. So here's the thing. Kennedy was going against the government. Why God didn't make the bullet miss him and not blow his whole fucking face off? See, we can make anything fit if we want to. So I'm going to go out there and admit, the first time he was in office, I was on the Trump train. I seen a lot of things that the media was intentionally twisting to make him look a certain way. That's how I got reeled in. Soon as he left office, I was on the phone with the Queen and had an aha moment, like, wait a minute. And it was like in the Saw movie, at the end, how soon as it's about to go off, the jigsaw music come on, and all of the clues start coming out of nowhere. You're like, fuck, how did I miss that? Damn, how did I miss that? That's how I felt when he was leaving office. I'm like, wait a minute. He literally just got us. He fucking got us. The QAnon, the missing children, the Epstein list, the celebrities going to prison, all of that shit had me like a soap opera. And I was digging and I was researching. And I was right about a large percentage of it. But I'm not going to take away from the fact of what I was wrong about. This system is this system. If any part of it is out of sync, they eliminate it. Donald Trump is playing a role. And I'm going to play something for y'all for a second that's going to better explain what I mean by that. So I don't want to go too far and fuck that up. But he's playing a part. Everybody is. The world is a stage. Nothing you see is what you think you're looking at. There's too much money invested in you not seeing the truth. That's why we have moments like this. That's why we research. That's why we exchange ideas and information. Because what you see on the day-to-day is not what's really happening. So back to this cousin thing. If it's a bloodline thing, that means Obama's part of the bloodline. Now, when we look into his background and we see the relationship that he's had with the Bush family for years, ever since he was a kid, Bush Sr., babysitting him and shit, it's a lot of shit that y'all don't dig into, that y'all don't know, but the evidence is there. So now, when you get this, let's rewind for a second. Then I'm gonna go back to the Trump thing. I'm trying to make a point. So when you get the Kennedy thing, they tell you Lee Harvey Oswald is who killed Kennedy. Now, I'm gonna show y'all some pictures in a minute too. Lee Harvey Oswald is who killed Kennedy. But they found him, they say, in the book depository at a 6th floor window. And that's where he took the shot from. The problem is, we got pictures of him watching downstairs, watching the motorcade at the time that they say he was upstairs taking the shot. Another problem we have, if what I was gonna say. Oh, okay. So now the the shot was taken. Now this an ill piece right here, and y'all will never hear this nowhere else. Watch this though. So y'all know Kennedy got killed on Elm Street, and now they come out with a horror movie called Nightmare on Elm Street. They murdered Kennedy on Elm Street. Now, here's the catch. The route got switched to Elm Street that morning. When they forced the confession from Oswald, he said he got a job at the book depository 6 weeks ago so that he could watch and be ready for the morning of. But that's impossible because the route got switched to Elm Street that morning. So how would he know 6 weeks ago that the president was going to be driving down that street? He's lying. That's how this thing works. The number one hitman in America at the time was Woody Harrelson's daddy. He was a mafia hitman. He was the number one hitter in America. They hired him for the job, but he was too well known, so they had him put a team together. He orchestrated it, and he even was caught in the vicinity, questioned, and released. Now, I got another picture I'm gonna show y'all in a minute. When they're taking Harvey Oswald in, and the guy Jack Dempsey, who we know is a mob dude who owned a nightclub, he go and he does the shot. Now, when you look at the two officers that are escorting Oswald to his cell or wherever he about to go, these dudes they look like mafia dudes. Not only that, when Jack Dempsey come out with the pistol, he's supposed to be under police protection, being escorted to his spot. Those police officers never flinched. They never reached for their gun. They never attempted to stop the shot. None of that. They didn't react until afterwards. So, if you are a trained officer and you escorting a high-profile witness, you've done this before and you trained to be alert and watching, because the reason why you escort him is to make sure he get there safe so he can testify. So when a guy run up with a pistol and the two people that are escorting him don't flinch, that's because they know the hit is coming. This is what you're dealing with. Y'all know America is filthy until it's time to call them out, and then y'all get cold feet. So now, you got to look at it this way. Now, I painted that picture for a purpose. So let's look at the procession of events. What was Kennedy doing? Kennedy was doing exactly what y'all think Donald Trump is doing. Coming at the power structure and threatening to take them down. It was so many people on that hit. By the time they got through with Kennedy, he was Swiss cheese. All they show you is the one shot. That shot that he took in the head, that came from inside the car. But it was snipers everywhere, even in sewer drains. He got hit with shots. And then the fall guy got hit, and then the guy who hit the fall guy got hit. That's how these people play. That was in the 60s. 60 years later, you think they any less merciless? They got more money, they more efficient, they more cold-hearted. We're talking about the people who remote control killed a world leader in another country. They used a remote control. You think those people missed a shot? That's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. What do you have historically to go off of to imply? Because there's only one option. If this was an assassination attempt, it couldn't have been from the outside. This is the part where y'all don't put your common sense hat on. So let's put our common sense hat on. You got this little white kid who's been picked on and bullied in school. If I'm picked on and bullied at school as a white kid in America, why the fuck am I mad at Donald Trump? See, y'all have to make it make sense. But what you do is you use your logic. You use like he was mad about the way Donald Trump is about to take the country. He's in fucking high school or college. What, I don't know how fucking old is this kid? And he's so distraught about the direction of the country that he's gonna take a shot and kill the president. Do y'all hear yourself? He's 20 years old. At the age of 20, he is so distraught about the direction of the country that he's going to take a shot at the president. Okay. Let's just play this dumbass game as if that was a thing. Okay, fine, whatever. They didn't, when they caught him, this white boy was in a t-shirt and some cargo pants or some shit. Like, he didn't have no gadgets. He didn't have no earpiece. No watch that could hone in or scramble signals. He didn't have a van down the street with some high-tech computer shit in there. He didn't have shit. This was some po-ass white kid that get picked on at school. And he is not smart enough to think, how in the hell am I going to get to the president? On the first assassination attempt of some little white poor kid that gets picked on the first attempt to get close to the president, he'd get a shot off and almost get him. If he had a better aim, he would have killed him. How are you believing this? Do you know how long it takes to plan something like this if you're a nobody? If I'm sitting down thinking I want to get a shot at the president, I can't possibly think I'm just going to go up to the rally. They're going to let me get across the rooftop over there and I'm going to shoot. you have to have some kind of basis to go off of. Have you been to a rally before? Like, how do you know that you can get close enough? And if you scope out the area before the president gets there, how do you know that that area is not going to be guarded? Okay, so you get there some kind of way the day of, and you manage to snoop around with a rifle and slide into position, and nobody notices. Oh, but people do notice. And they're saying, hey, he's on the roof, and nobody cares. So then y'all say, yeah, it was an inside job. Okay. It was an inside job to kill the president. And the best they could come up with was this fucker? Somebody untested, not a marksman. They can't guarantee the shot. They can't even guarantee that even with all of the security that they moved around, they still can't guarantee this is going to work. And this is the best shot they're going to take at the president. See, when you say it like this down south, this shit sounds like a circus. When you put it out there the way it really is, it makes no fucking sense. First of all, to decide you want to shoot up your school, you don't have to be very bright. If you are pissed off because you getting picked on every day, shoot the fucking school up. That's where the bullies is at. What the fuck is Donald Trump dead gonna change about you getting your ass whooped in the lunch line every day? After they clean up Donald Trump's body and you go to school tomorrow, even if you get away with it, they still gonna beat your ass and take your lunch. How does this help? You have to think about what they tell you after they tell you. Now, here's my next question. How come every time some crazy ass shooting happen, it's some little lone wolf loner white boy that was getting picked on? All of the school shootings, all of these random shootings, is a loner white boy that's getting picked on at school. You ever heard, if it ain't broke, don't fix it? When are y'all gonna start realizing it's a formula that y'all keep falling for, so why would they stop using it? If it's this many weird ass little white kids that's just gonna snap out, we need to get all them little fuckers in one area and start talking to them. Cause this shit year in and year out, some little white kid just snap out and do something drastic. And y'all keep leaving them at home while you go on business trips or whatever the fuck y'all do. Go out of the country and fondle other people's kids. Whatever the fuck you rich people do. You keep leaving your dumbass lonely kids home to kill people. When are we going to deal with the real issues in America? Y'all steady frisking niggers for weed. Let's start going to the suburbs and checking some of these fucking gun closets. Yeah, why they not thugs and gangsters? But the thing is this. This can't be a real thing. That's the part we have to understand. It's no way that little nobody ass white kids is just coming up with this shit and the movie theater shooter, random little white kid, pink hair. At first he said he didn't know what the fuck they was talking about. Then he started confessing the shit. You're looking at a formula. So let's deal with what we're really seeing. If we're saying, let's think about what we're saying. If we're saying the assassination attempt was real, okay, let's just say, okay, let's go with that. The assassination attempt was real. Okay, let's investigate. If it was real, how did it happen? Well, we got two dynamics here. We got people questioning the security. So it's a possible security breakdown. But for what purpose? See, we got to make sense out of it. Because if we're saying it was poor security that day, then we would have to say why. Now, if the poor security that day was for the sake of what actually happened, then what we're saying is the CIA and the United States military purposely let Donald Trump be poorly secured. If the security is bad, that's what we got to be saying. Okay, so now, if that's what we're saying, then we have to say, why did they do that? Then you say, shit, look what happened. Okay, so they did it for the assassination attempt. Okay, so I could get on board with that. Where I get off board at is you want them gone. The CIA, the Secret Service, that's the baddest Secret Service on the planet. United States military. This is the most vicious military on the planet. Guarding their president. And they decide they don't like him no more. So they're gonna take him out. Why get the little weird white kid? And then he missed. Because ain't no guarantee you're going to get another chance at this. If you're going to do it, why not? You got the army at your disposal. You got the media at your disposal. You can cover it all up. Why not get one of your professional hitters and make sure he get away? No. Don't start whistling Dixie and looking for shit that ain't there. No. We dealing with simplicity. Because y'all said the United States security was bogus. They was trying to kill him. This is what y'all say. I'm reading the comments every motherfucking where. I'm getting all these inboxes to the wazillions, and all y'all saying the same thing. Okay, so if y'all's thought process is they trying to get rid of Trump, they would mean his people. Somebody said the Democratic Party. How the fuck his people gonna let the Democratic Party get close enough to whack him? That doesn't make sense. Okay, so if it's happening, it has to be from the inside. That's the only way. The only way it could be a breach in his security is if his team is trying to hit him. Okay, so according to the news, there's a security breach. It wasn't people over here, and there's people outside they interview said we were concerned why nobody was over here and over there. Okay, so the security was bogus. That's on his end. The $1 million question that you're going to have to answer me is, you got them right where you want them. You have set it up. Everybody's on board. We're going to set up the security bogusly. The perimeter will not be secured. We will be able to get a shooter on the roof. And you picked a 20-year-old high school reject or some shit that is insecure and bullied daily. You picked him to pull the trigger? That only makes sense in the minds of people who don't want shit to make sense. Because if one of you Negroes got your dope stole, you wouldn't play them kind of games. You wouldn't hire some weirdo that you don't know much about to handle your business and hope it get handled. Well, we playing for a lot more money in this conversation than y'all be playing for out there on them streets. So for this kind of money, I think accidents don't really happen. So here's the point. It is impossible for what y'all thinking to be a reality. Who are the two people that got hit and killed? Do you know? Do you have a clue? That's all they could afford. It's the richest people on the planet. How? How they got money troubles? They don't need to afford it. They got the #1 military on the planet. If the colonel said this is what we doing, this is what we doing. You got hitmen, you got snipers, you got so many people that would easily take that money. But you pick somebody who you don't know can get the job done. Now, here's the other thing. That's what I said. 2 people did die though. We don't have a clue who those people are. He got grazed by the ear and got up throwing up the fist. Yeah. And y'all thought that was passionate. Y'all like that. Y'all fell for that. Just like the Texas thing, or the Las Vegas, was it the Las Vegas? I think it was Las Vegas, maybe. It's the Las Vegas shooter. Then we got we got Oswald. Now we got the Trump thing. How come the people that could answer the biggest questions always get murdered right after? When do y'all wake up and start saying, okay, these are patterns we're looking at? I know how I feel, but I can't ignore the pattern that I'm looking at. So now, with this whole assassination attempt, the only thing we have is what they say and what can be speculated. Funny how that always happens in these situations. Okay, so now, who were the 2 people that actually got shot? We don't know. Now, Donald Trump gets up. Now he is legend. Y'all see all the gangster emojis and do y'all understand what escaping assassination attempt made him? See, you got to translate things. That's the equivalent when you rappers get shot all them times and then you come back and rap about it. Trump just became one of y'all. He had the bullet wound. Now he back his thug life. These are the games they play with y'all because they know how the subconscious works. They know how psychology works. From a psychological standpoint, this drew you closer to Trump. If you liked him a little bit, you like him a lot more. If you liked him a lot, you fuck with him now. If you didn't like him, then you wish they would have killed him. Either way it go, they got you emotionally tied in. But remember, this is a family business. This is a family business. So, did the family really want him dead? And why did they miss? they didn't. Both answers to the question. They didn't want him dead and they didn't miss. They gonna get him. He won't make it 2 years. And then y'all will see what it looked like when they really want him. Only problem is they're gonna let him do some damage first. He's gonna do some damage, so y'all get ready for it. He's gonna do some damage first. All of these things that y'all worried about, him, Project 2025 and all of this shit. Stop falling for the fucking banana in the tailpipe. There is, wherever he is suggesting is what they want. It's called a hidden hand. They have to make it look like it's coming from somewhere else and they can't stop it. Otherwise, if they just did it, you'd fight it. But if it's not the system, it's just Donald Trump. And then, oh, we got to fight him back and we got to undo what he did. So we have to endure the damage he did while they figure out how to undo it. That means they get their moment of misery. And you won't attack it because you think it's not the system, it's Donald Trump. He's a racist. When the fuck wasn't America racist? The entire America. Yauma. Blessings to the queen, birthday girl. Blessings to the birthday queen. You're not gonna fight it because you think it's something that racist Trump did, and we just gotta get him out of office. How come no matter who y'all get out of office, they just put somebody else in there to do the same fuck shit? And they got y'all and bought into the lesser of two evils concept. What the fuck does that mean? Lesser of two evils. Evil is evil. There's no fucking lesser. So once they get you to agree to a lesser of two evils, that means you'll accept evil as long as it ain't that bad. See, watch what come out your mouth and what you think. Lesser of two evils means I'll accept evil as long as I could deal with it. Okay, well then Master just don't turn it up on you till you cry, then he turn it down. That's all. I turn up the pressure, let you squeal a little bit. When my ears get tired of hearing your complaints, I turn the pressure down. You view it as mercy. I'm just tired of the torture. Two wings on the same bird, the whole bird bad. This is true. Now, it's it's signs. I get to cooking, man, and I be forgetting about all kind of shit. It's signs and symbols to this shit. But damn. I'm trying to think if I should because I had something I had all kind of shit I wanted to do. I've been talking too much. We got 30 minutes left. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna turn on this one thing, and then I'll put the slides up. Hold on for a second, y'all. Hold on. Hit the like, hit the share, man. Let's cook. And we definitely about to go to Clubhouse and keep it going after this. But what am I doing? Oh, I gotta get the YouTube up real quick. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Okay. We live in that thing, baby. Okay. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I'm back over here now. Don't get mad because I know how to work the thing now. Y'all be tripping, bro. Y'all be tripping, bro. Wow. Share the screen. Wow. Okay, now go back over here and give y'all this work. That's just what's gonna happen. I'm sorry. This is just what's gonna happen. It's what I be doing. And y'all just need to stop what you be doing. Okay. Should I use No, okay, we're gonna go to this one.
Hillary, Bernie, and Trump.
Yeah, but see, you're talking to the wrong person. I never believed there was going to be an election this year, and it's not. Hmm? Trump ain't got no money. Trump ain't never had no money. Hmm? They talk about his daddy. You ever seen a picture of his daddy? You ever seen anybody write a story about his daddy?
No. I mean, they got his money from his dad. Yeah.
I didn't ask you that. See, you keep talking to me. I don't want to hear. I asked you, have you ever seen a picture of his daddy?
No, I have not.
Have you ever heard a story about his daddy? And that don't bother you? Huh? That don't bother you? And so much of us out here been talking and shit. His sister had to hold a press conference. Say, no, he didn't give him no $100 million. He gave him $1 million. I wonder why he didn't give me none. Huh? You know? See, if you're getting in this here and you're gonna move to people more powerful than me. I ain't gonna talk to you if you don't know nothing. The fuck I'm gonna talk to you about money if you ain't got none. That's what this shit is about. That's how NBC and ABC. That's
Now, y'all got to think about what he just said. This is why I be fucking with Dick Gregory, man. He the way his mind worked from seeing this system so long, just common sense things. How do you build a person up saying that this person was built off of their daddy's riches and wealth, but you never seen nothing about the daddy? They don't really talk about him. We don't got no old interviews with him. None of that shit. Just he was there. He had money. Then the sister come out and bust it open and say, no, it wasn't 100 million. He just left him with 1 million. So why they lie and build up this character to be this rich guy? That's like I told y'all, it's wrestling again. The $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. But when I go back and watch it now, back when he was young, when I was young, I used to think like, wow, he rich. I go back now and look at them little knots he had and them little $5 bills he was. When you don't know, you don't know. And then anybody can do anything to you. When you're not paying attention, but you arrogant, so you think you know. But most of this is being done right in front of us, and we just not paying attention. How you build a profile off a man and his daddy, and we never get to see the daddy.
That's why I look at them. Not that I believe them, they got $1 trillion industry to do the research, and I can pick it apart. That's simple.
So, I know you don't expect there to be an election, but did you think Trump would get as far as he has?
I didn't know who it was. Huh? Look, let me show you something here. Let me show you the shit that I know. It's the Wall Street Journal. One of the most powerful papers in the world. Don't mean it's no good. What's the date? Now, hold it 1 minute. Hold it. Hold it. I ran for president 1968. The election was Tuesday, November the 4th. This story ran Friday, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Now, what's the date on that? What paper is that?
Wall Street Journal, November 7th, 1968.
Headlines.
6. Election computer goofs gives Gregory 9 million votes.
That's why you can't talk to me. I got too much information. I got 9 million votes in the state of Pennsylvania. Huh? Okay. That's what fasting do. Huh? Now read the first paragraph.
Some machines just aren't to be believed. Take the big computer in New York that was designed to compile results of Tuesday's general election.
All elections are tabulated in New York City. Go ahead.
At one point early yesterday morning, the machine was crediting Dick Gregory, the comedian turned presidential candidate, with 9 million votes in Pennsylvania.
Now, here's what happened. The energy took over, the computers, and they had to shut them down because it projected me as president-elect of the United States. And they couldn't change it because they couldn't change the numbers.
Wow.
9 million votes in one state. I know what it was. They went in there and tricked the machine for Nixon, but somebody put it on wrong and they gave it to me. So I'm going in the election and know all this bullshit y'all read. It ain't true. They did it just like they did that. Huh? Just like they did that.
Yeah. The one time Trump lost, he said it was rigged. The few weeks
First, there's
lost.
2 Trumps.
Okay.
The one in the red tie is the real one. The one in the blue tie is not. The one you saw last night after the victory was the blue tie. Now, if you would punch up Dr. Carson, Ben Carson, when Trump called him a pedophile, and the next day he joined Trump, and the guy asked him, see, every now and then you slip and say so. He said, why'd you do that? He says, it's 2 Trumps. I was with the good one. You see it there. Just punch up. When somebody interviewed him, he said, there's 2 Donald Trumps. That's easy to pull up.
Okay.
Now there we go again. Now, if I say that to y'all, you say he bugging, but then y'all get all in your sci-fi bag and you think AI gonna take over, and you talk about cloning, and you talk about the Anunnaki, and you talk about all of these things until I come tell you, you right, but here it go. Oh no, you tripping. Wait a minute. Are we cloning Tyrone or not? Because when the movie came out, y'all all believe this. It's everybody. Oh yeah, they cloning. Okay, they cloning. So how come every time I tell y'all they didn't clone the motherfucker, you tell me I'm tripping? You just heard the motherfucker. Now, this is somebody not to be. He don't play with information in the manner like that. And you could tell because when they ask him certain questions, he cuss you out and say, I'm not finna answer that. So he not finna answer just no anything. And he not gonna just say anything. He said there's 2 Donald Trumps. What do we mean by that? The one with the red tie and the one with the blue tie. What do he mean? How can it be 2 Donald Trumps? Because that's how you gonna kill one of them. Y'all believe the Simpsons make predictions. What the fuck does that mean? See how y'all play with y'all own intelligence. Y'all believe the Simpsons makes predictions. What the fuck does that mean? Now, to me, that's a 2 + 2 moment. I asked my partner what that means. He say he believe the directors and the writers is time travelers. I hate that this is live because I ain't got no crickets that I could have played when I was paused. Right, I got to get my sound effect game, and so in moments like that, I could play crickets or say some crazy shit like everybody else do. Wow, time travelers. How about this? That's one theory. I'm not going to completely blow that out the water, but back to that whole Matrix thing. If everything is rigged, then it's not a prediction. It's not a prediction if you already know what's going to happen and I just tell you. He said, I'm not going to say clones aren't real, but I got to see one. So here's my thing. I never seen one either. But I do know Bernie Mac seen a clone, and he thought he could trust them Negroes from the Kings of Comedy. So he went and told them, Bernie Mac is no longer with us. They still here. I look at it this way. What is a clone? Can I replicate a person's body structure? From a scientific perspective, can our science people replicate my body structure? Well, if you think they can't, then you never played a video game. Like an NFL game, a boxing game, a basketball game. When you see the character moving exactly like your favorite basketball player, when you see the facial features looking exactly like your favorite basketball player, how did they do that? They do a body scan, and then they replicate that digitally. Like how now you could take your picture, put it in your phone, go to the app, and cartoon your whole self. So now we got this thing we was talking about last week, a couple weeks ago. We was talking about the celebrity skin mask, where they got the mask that look just like the face of your favorite celebrity. And they even had a commercial where the one celebrity is a white lady, pulled off her one celebrity face, and she was a different celebrity underneath. So how did they do that? Now I got to get a little explicit, pardon me, queens, but you know, when you go to the sex shop, you can get a vagina or a penis. The penis, sometimes they'll have a celebrity on the box and say this is the celebrity penis or celebrity vagina. Well, how are they doing that? They're taking a mold and using that clay mold, hardening it, and it's going to look just like that person or that feature. So what did we just do? I can digitally replicate you, and then I can take that digital imprint, load it into my computer, and then my computer is going to take that mold and press it up just like it came through the scan. Now I have a face that looks exactly like Brad Pitt's face. I did it digitally. So now what's my point? So we know from a digital aspect, you can recreate a person. Now, how do I get you to function? Technology can scan your brain and play back certain memories and things of that nature. So from a scientific level, I can put your brain into a computer. From a scientific level, I could replicate your body in my computer. What is this discussion about again? I just showed you how to fucking do it, and I'm an idiot. You think high-level scientists don't got a better ideology than what I just gave y'all, which is extremely plausible because you play fucking video games. So we know they can do it. The video game looks and moves exactly, and not only that, not only can they make it look and move like the character, they could make it talk like the character and have certain statements that the character would make. If it's a famous statement that they will make, they can have that same thing. So then, what are we questioning? Can they do or not? So now, all we have to understand is that there is no logical reason to tell you reality. And what I mean by that is, y'all tend to think, since you didn't hear it anywhere other than here, you have to question whether you can believe it or not. Do you really think they're going to tell you the type of shit that I say? Then you have the question of, well, nigga, how you know? Same way you could know. Dedicate 5 to 7 hours a day studying. Simple. I mean, you can know the shit I know, and you can stop looking at me like I came from outer space and just learned some. No, it's not. It's all there in writing. You just have to look for it and know what you're looking for. So now let's put this into a package. We don't have any evidence of anybody who the United States wanted dead and didn't kill him. So if we go with that theory, it's actually a lot less logical than mine. Because y'all looking at my theory of it's fake, like, man, that's crazy. From a logical perspective, my theory makes a lot more sense than they had one shot at the most arrogant asshole president that nobody likes, and they bumbled it with a 20-year-old kid that gets picked on. We seen these people, they wanted Saddam Hussein dead. They blew up their own fucking buildings, created inner country terrorism to lure their enemies out, murdered them, and took their countries. Y'all think we lost the Vietnam War? Let me show something to you. Let me show you something. Okay. In the world of perspective, this is the country of Vietnam. Okay. This is the country of Vietnam. Make it a little bit fatter for you. This is America. Vietnam, America. Vietnam, America. Y'all think these guys whoop these guys. And then after these guys whoop these guys switch to the religion of these guys. They didn't take over and control it. They just joined it. Now, if they had taken over Christianity and controlled it, I wouldn't be saying shit. But no, these guys whooped these guys, then these guys took on the religion of these guys to be servants. What's the odds of that shit happening? It didn't, it doesn't, it wouldn't. But one more thing I want y'all to hear.
I was Googling Ben Carson pedophile. I was Googling the wrong brain. You separated
Siamese twins. He wasn't even in the room when that happened. Wasn't in the room. He's been how he got world renowned.
He separated the twins.
Head twins.
The brain. Yeah, from the brain. He separated
Siamese twins.
Siamese twins.
He wasn't even in the room when that happened. Wasn't in the room. He's been campaigning for 8 months. Have you ever heard him mention it? Everybody else mentioned everything they did with a pus, right? If what they said he did was true, then the question we need to ask, how come he's never been nominated for a Nobel Prize? Didn't say get one. The nomination. He's never been nominated for a Nobel Prize in medicine. See how the thinking, when the thinking hits?
Now, what he just said, see how the thinking get when the thinking hit. When you just start not being willing to take what they give you and just start thinking. It's a simple question. Here's a black man who performed the first surgery. This Ben Carson dude. He performed the first surgery to successfully separate Siamese twins. This is a miracle in modern medicine. This is what he became famous off of and got into politics from. And he never got any awards for it. He never got nominated for the Nobel Prize. And nominated. This is the stuff you got to think about. Nobel Prize is high honors when you do something extraordinary. You at least got to get nominated, the first black surgeon. You changed the dynamics of medicine. And nothing. This one, you know, they putting a play down. This, we got to start thinking. Just think.
And when he said at the president's prayer breakfast, compared Obama, what do you call it?
Bernie.
Huh?
Bernie Sanders. So,
I didn't know that much about Bernie, other than he come from a place where there ain't no black folks. So I just assumed he's CIA. You know, you can't do what he's doing across the country and nobody know you. But I got the experience of the Beatles, how they can manipulate crowds. Young folks, okay? That's how I'm telling you, compound stuff with the stuff you know. And you do that by shutting up, listening. Huh? Wow. Huh? And so, Hillary, they can take her down anytime they want her. Put her in jail. And she don't have to do nothing. That's how they do it. You saw the pictures of Monica. They can have a picture with her screwing a gorilla. They have that technology now. ISIS, I mean, you stupid enough to believe with trillions of dollars, satellites, we didn't see him put in the military. He's us. Trained by General Petraeus. And every time we overrun his lines, he ain't got nothing but American equipment. You know, it's a game. The mightiest military in the history of the planet, and these white folk, they bomb him every day and they can't, come on.
So, I mean, well, what does it say about the country, this election, that somebody like Trump would even be?
He ain't never bashed gays.
Well, we did it, but
Up top, first paragraph. The last has a right to apologize to America.
news election data system closed.
Years to get your children and your grandchildren. So let's go back and look at OJ. He cannot read or write. So when the cop said he sent this message out to be read to his fans, now to show you how powerful he was as an athlete, his godfather was Willie Mays. So when he finished high school, Willie Mays took him and put him in a junior college when wasn't nobody looking. So 2 years later, they slipped him in USC. He go to a 4-year college and in 2 years break all the football records that it took them 4 years to do. Now you know what kind of. So if he can't read or write, who was that was writing all the way through the trial? See how it works? It works. And so when you stop and think about, so a funny thing happened. Here's how the universe works. A funny thing happened. They asked Nicole, here's how white folks protect white folks. A franchise. They asked Ron Goldman folks and her folks, why was he at Nicole's house at 1 o'clock in the morning? You ever heard that story?
Yeah.
Said her mother ate there and dropped her glasses. So she called the restaurant and said, are my glasses there? I said, yeah. I said, well, I'll pick them up tomorrow. And she says, no, Ron Goldman will bring them. See, that justifies how Ron Goldman can be by not mom's house, but Nicole's house.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Now, if you look at Goldman, somewhere the universe said, a newspaper called her mother the next day. I said, when's the last time you spoke to your daughter before she was killed? She said, oh, around 11 o'clock. Now, the press didn't think nothing suspicious. She just said, well, that couldn't have been. Because this all happened before 10:20. So she still don't think. Okay? So, here's a federal judge. What paper is that? What's the date on it and what's it say?
Los Angeles Times, February 26, 2000. O.J. Simpson sues for Brown's telephone records. The former athlete claims GTA's data on calls can prove he didn't murder.
The call that her mother made. Federal judge put on a lock and key for 75 years.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, O.J. Simpson claims that records of phone calls between his ex-wife and her mother on the night Nicole Brown Simpson was murdered.
It's in Dallas.
Clear him of any role in the stabbing deaths of her and Ronald L. Goldman.
Okay. Now, so now let's go to the chase.
Mm-hmm.
All them white folks on the bridge with their signs, I didn't know which way he was going. The cops didn't. Go, Juice, go. You my man, Juice. With big signs. You ever seen white folk with signs in their trunk so they can write?
That was the last part I wanted to get to. Just to show y'all how this thing worked. So when OJ was in the white Bronco and they was chasing him, this is a high-speed chase. Nobody know where the fuck he going. So how is it white people on the bridge with signs cheering him on? How is that possible? How did you know? So it's like people say, well, they seen it on the TV. Okay, so you see a high-speed chase on the TV on the highway, and you think, let me go to the local fucking Walmart, get some paper and cardboard and markers, make some signs, and hopefully he'll drive past. So when you see things like that, then we have to understand, no matter how much it hurts, no matter how much it seems illogical, you have to swallow your pride and say, this is a play. Because there's no way these people on this bridge could have possibly known OJ was coming this way. Unless this is all fucking staged. Now, that doesn't have to necessarily mean OJ was in on it. I know y'all gonna be like, well, why would OJ? There's no guarantee he was in on it. He could honestly think he running for his motherfucking life. Y'all, Umar. But so when you look at the Secret Service and how advanced and how brutal they are, the only way that there's a breach in Donald Trump's security is if the Secret Service breached. And the only way the Secret Service breached is if they were the one doing the hit. And if they were the one actually doing the hit, he'd be dead. So scenario number one, no good. Scenario number two, the lone shooter that was picked on at school. We've had this scenario so many fucking times, it's boring. No real motive. It's a dead end, and that's why they do it. They know it's only one conclusion you can draw with this little white kid, which is he was off his meds. He had an impulsive moment. Trump's a bad guy. That's the weakest conclusion ever. So then what's the next scenario? If it's fly driving me crazy, my fault, y'all. So this kid, in my opinion, he's under the same shit that the movie theater kid is under. They pick these kids, dope these kids up, and send them on dummy missions. Donald Trump was not the target. I don't even think his fucking ear was nicked. Because let me tell you something. If I'm good enough to nick your ear, I'm good enough to hit you. Period. That's not a mistake you make sniping somebody. And then 2 people actually got hit and are dead. And we don't have a clue who those people are. And that there is the key. Our bread and butter lies in figuring out who those people were that actually got shot. And then you'll be getting somewhere. Donald Trump, that was not an assassination attempt. That was a staged ass thing that is going to make him bigger than ever. Because this makes him, now he goes along with Reagan and a couple other presidents that, and he's a fan of Reagan. A couple other presidents that tried to, allegedly, they tried to assassinate, but then went on to do great things. And all of them are fuckers too. So, this will boost up his allure, his rep. And now, this is going to justify his next actions for making everything unbearable and super like we on our way to communism type shit. They needed this incident to justify how harsh he's about to go. There's they still gonna whack his ass. I don't think he'll make it 2 years. Not because I give a shit. I don't even care about politics. I just think that's the plan. The ultimate plan is to get. I think they're gonna end up with Michelle in office. Excuse me. And that's where I think this thing is headed. Um, so we'll see what happens. But like I said, we don't have any evidence to back up the fact that this thing is fake. So we could say that, but nothing supports it. To say that this thing is real, we could say that, but nothing supports it. If it was real, I don't think they miss. If they went through the trouble of making sure security was weak, then they should have hit them. Or did they make sure that security looked weak enough to justify this lone wolf shooter? Then they showed him at a Trump rally, but at a Democrat 2024, and they're jerking y'all chain, playing games. The world is a stage. This is another high wire act. It's in my mind. It's a play, and the evidence is gonna come out that it's a play. That didn't even look real to me, and the fact that it looked real to a lot of y'all kind of scares me. We should be used to this by now. Either way it go, we gonna y'all know how we do. We on our way to Clubhouse. We taking a party over there, and we gonna keep this thing going. It's we'll be in Clubhouse in like 10 minutes. I might not even make me a smoothie. I'll probably just go get some ice and then open the room up, and then we can kind of just go from there. It is. I'm a down south connect. I'm gonna say it's all cap. The whole scenario was if you liked watching that Donald Trump scenario, then what I would suggest for you is you could probably go online to YouTube and Google best of WCW, and you could spend the rest of the night watching wrestling. Probably some moves you could learn, or I don't know what, I don't know, whatever. That's just how I'm feeling, man. It wasn't, to me, it wasn't even a good fake. And I personally, I'm offended that they keep doing this and thinking we too slow to see it. That should offend y'all. I'm fucking offended. That January 6th shit, that shit was offensive to me. January 6th, that insurrection, that shit was trash, bro. That shit looked fake as fuck. The black security guard, if you watch it, his stick was on the floor. Then they came in and he picked his stick up and started running. It was almost like the director said action and he wasn't ready, but it was live already. I didn't believe Trump had anything to do. I don't believe Trump had anything to do with it. Fake. Come on, Atlas. Stop it. Stop, Atlas. Atlas. Come on, Atlas. Come on, Atlas. You can't possibly have looked at that and thought that was some real shit. And as far as if he had something to do with it, Trump don't do shit but follow orders. Did he know it was going to happen? More than likely. Because he had to pretend to have blood on his ear and shit. There wasn't no real blood. He really didn't get nicked in his fucking ear. And if he did, it ain't no if. If he did, it's intentional. You ain't no sniper in America that could. He let off 5 or 6 rounds. I'm good enough to hit your ear and not hit you in 5 shots? Are we fucking kidding? How come none of the CIA guys got, once they could see, I don't understand how a hit work. Here's the thing. Demonic. See, there you go. What difference does that make what the kid went to school for? That's not, we have to deal with facts. That's where we get into the realm of, like Dick Gregory said, we get into the realm of gossip with that. That's not what we have to deal with is factual stuff. Here's what's factual. Every hitman on the planet, every assassin, every mercenary on the planet knows, if you get an open shot at your target publicly and miss, you're gonna die. So if he climbed up on the roof in broad daylight, if he wasn't there for hours before people ever even came, he should have took a nap on the roof and woke up. If a real sniper would have been on that motherfucker at 5 a.m. that morning, lamping. Now, he took a shot. We heard 5 or 6 rounds go off. Why didn't any we heard 5 or 6 rounds go off. Why didn't none of the Secret Service people get hit? He came up throwing his fist up. Why not pop his ass then? They still hadn't caught dude yet. Most soldiers in the military are from 18 to 22. Atlas, you had to be here at the beginning, bro. Because you missed a lot, and now it's just, you just like saying stuff that's like, we finna go to the room and then we could really lock in on it. Because I dealt with all of the stuff you saying already, King. He's not a military soldier. He's a high school nerd that was getting beat up and made fun of. If he was a sniper, a military sniper don't miss, bro. Military snipers don't fucking miss. You don't miss your target. You don't know. You don't. If I shot 5 times, he got off 5 shots. 5 fucking shots. No Secret Service people got murdered, and Trump only got his ear nicked. Come on, bro. That's not how it worked. You about to rewind me. If you do, you're going to have to come with some facts. We can't have no fantasy conversation. We're talking about, you brought up the military. Let's talk military. You're talking about a military sniper. A military sniper don't fucking miss, Atlas, period. There's nothing you could say. A military sniper don't miss. You had 1 shot at this guy, and you hit the people behind him. That doesn't happen in real life. JFK got his brains blown out on national TV. Dr. King, brains blown out, national TV. Malcolm X, brains blown out. When they wanted Umar Gaddafi, they infiltrated his country, brought him down from the inside, then blew his brains out. Saddam Hussein, they blew up the towers to get in. They blew up their own towers on their own soil to get into the Middle East and drag Saddam out of a hole in the ground. These people don't miss, bro. We don't got no historical evidence of them missing a motherfucking target. They don't miss. And if they cleared the security enough to get a shot off, Donald Trump dies. They don't play like that, bro. If he ain't dead, they didn't want him dead. This is a game. You looking at that shit on TV, that shit look faker than a $3 bill. The January 6th shit, faker than a $3 bill. Y'all under the impression that these people play games. They do not play, and they don't miss. How all of them high profile, do you understand? Hold on, first of all, Do you understand what kind of money Gaddafi had? This is a man who owns his own nation. When they infiltrated his fort, the downstairs fort was bigger than your house with gold blocks stacked to the ceiling. This man was a billionaire with a whole army behind him. They got to him. But they couldn't get Donald Trump on American soil unprotected? No, it doesn't work like that. Only in fantasy land, bro. It don't work like that. These people don't fucking miss. Tupac, Biggie, bro, when they want you, you dead fucking meat. I told y'all before, when they killed Kennedy, if you watch it, and Dick Gregory broke this down too. If you watch the Kennedy assassin, I seen it. William Cooper got the tape. Y'all could he wasn't military unless he was unveiling himself, was an unaliving himself mission. Yeah, that he wasn't military. And not only that, if you gonna do it, you don't miss. But what I finna say though, damn, I lost my train of thought. Damn, I forgot what I was finna say. I'll get back to it. These people don't fuck around. Dr. King gave one speech they didn't like, and they blew his fucking brains out. He was their puppy. That's the equivalent of somebody petting a dog. The dog bite them and they strangle the dog. Had the dog for 10 years, loved the dog to death. The dog bite him one time and they strangle him with their bare hands. That's the King incident. He was their puppet. He was built for them. He was raised for them. He was named after them. And they blew his shit back on TV. Kennedy. That's what I was going to say. When you look at the Kennedy assassination, yes, they had snipers outside taking shots like a motherfucker. And he got hit with a couple of them. But the shot that killed him came from the fucking front seat. That's why if you watch the footage, his wife tried to run out the back of the car. You don't run out the car when the car's being shot at from the outside. If anything, you try to duck in between the seats. The only thing that will make you run out the back of the car is if they're shooting in the front. You can see the driver pass the pistol to the passenger. The passenger, which was his personal guard, somebody that he knew and was close to the family for years. That's who turned around and knocked his shit back. When they want you, they don't miss, bro. If they missed, they didn't want them. That was for y'all. Because the very next day, he back with a Band-Aid on his ear, talking tough again. No, that's not. Y'all watch too many movies. He just got sniped at. The Secret Service pick him up. And they shielded him. And he jumping out, throwing up the fist. America! America! And they had a Rocky Balboa moment and y'all fell for it. It doesn't work like that. We would like it to, but it doesn't work like that. The problem is we scared to actually give the credit to these people for what they've accomplished. As soon as we admit it, then we could deal with it. We don't have to praise it, but we could say, okay, this is what's really going on. And then we can move from that. But it ain't no way. It ain't no way that they actually tried to kill him with that little white boy on the roof. That's not a thing. They too savvy for that. But like I said, all you got to do is look at the pattern. They always make the shooter some lone wolf white guy with really no agenda other than he don't like the way things is going. At 20, you that consumed with politics that you decide you're going to kill the president. But you don't have a plan. You don't have any modern technology. When they caught him, he didn't have an earpiece in. He didn't have an inside plug so he could hear the CIA. You know, these young dudes is hackers and shit. He wasn't a hacker that hacked into the FBI files. None of that shit. He didn't have any technology. He didn't have a vehicle with a fucking walkie-talkie in it. You don't go up against the United States government trying to assassinate the president and you don't got nothing but a shotgun and a hope. So that means he was just hoping he could get on the roof and hoping he could get a shot off. And it just so happens the day that he had these hopes, security was bad. That's a hellified coincidence. Some random powerless guy decides to hit the president, and just coincidentally, on the day that the random powerless guy decides to try to kill the president is the day that the president's security is a little off. And then somehow, they always manage to kill the sniper. Why? Why? Once you got the president safe and secure out the way, wouldn't you? They had the other guys on the roof that supposedly shot him. Okay, these dudes is looking at him in the scope. Wound him and get some answers. Who put you up to this? Where, like in the movies, goddammit, who put you up to this? Where'd you come from? How'd you get close to none of this shit? Just kill him and write the narrative. See, that to me, the only reason, well, one of the reasons why it's a problem is because it didn't happen too many times. How many times do we get this same scenario? Never the guys with money and power who could have actually took a shot at this. It's always some powerless, down there adolescent motherfucker. That's too convenient. It's too easy. The story's over with now. Nothing deep, no case, nothing to look into, cut and dry. Why would you go for that? It's cut and dry. Something so big. Don't that seem too convenient that something so relevant is just so simple? It don't fit. It don't fit for me, y'all. I can't hard stamp anything. You know, naturally we all gonna see it how we see it. Just from my perspective, the lone wolf sniper nerd white kid narrative, I'm kind of sick of that. That shit getting dry. That's the excuse for everything. At 20, you don't like your politician. What takes you to the level of thinking you can kill the president? That's what y'all not looking at. What makes, even if, okay, let's go with the narrative. I'm hell bent. I hate Donald Trump. He's ruining the country, blah, 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 blah. What makes a 20-year-old guy getting bullied in school with no technology and no finance, nothing but a shotgun with a scope on it? And I think I'm going to be able to get away with killing the president of the United States. I don't think anybody with the balls to try to kill the president could be that dumb. I just don't. So yeah, that's a tough spot for me. I can't see it. I can't. Oh, that was Stu in the building. I didn't even see that. I hope you. If you're not still here, then it was love, family. I didn't even see you was down there. 1,000 apologies. But yeah, I can't rock with it, y'all. I don't see it. I don't see it being that cut and dry. I don't see it being that simple. I think this was a play to take him through the roof and hands down get him the presidency. So this gonna boost the popularity. This really got black people. We love to see somebody pull a Tupac. He got shot. Buster shot at me 5 times. Real presidents don't die or some shit like that. I don't know how y'all might remix that bullshit. But either way it go, we on the way to Clubhouse, y'all. Y'all come lock in with us, man. Come lock in with us and let's have a real conversation. That way y'all ain't got to just hit my mouth. I could get y'all viewpoints in a more personal setting. Atlas, come on. We got to finish this conversation. I ain't done with you, sir. Y'all know Atlas, my brother. I ain't talking about shit. Come on with it, Atlas. Let's go to the room. I'm finna open it up right now, y'all. Knowledge is the only real power. Information is the only real currency. But oh my goodness gracious. Oh goodness gracious, y'all. I done passed out. But the application of both is the route to divinity. Fuck. Let me do that again. Knowledge is the only real power. Information is the only real currency. But the application of both is the route to divinity. I love y'all. I'm gone. And be careful with this blackberry juice. Shit. And wait a minute, before we go, I wanted to make sure I put the room up for y'all because everybody don't know the new room. Hold on 1 second. We right here. That's where we at in Clubhouse, y'all. Come lock in with us. We in the conspiracy cave, baby. All right, I'm gone now.